Welcome to Dead Walking Sunday, where we're talking The Walking Dead. Spoiler edition, and we're talking Remember, and I gotta say, this episode was good. I really enjoyed this episode. Now, this is spoiler talk. I'm assuming you saw the episode. These are just my thoughts on it, what I liked, what I didn't like. But overall, I really liked this episode. It's definitely the slower episode. You know, we're getting to see Alexandria. We're getting to see new characters being introduced. We're seeing these characters who have just been wandering around for so long finally find a place that's too good to be true. It really got my sense, the tone, the pacing. I thought the pacing was great. I never felt bored. I never felt like it lagged. I gotta say though, it really felt like an episode that was from season 2. You know, when they're at the farm, it really felt like that. It just took me back to season 2. And you know how much I say, you know, I really like season 2 if you binge watch it on Netflix. I think this was a great episode. I think it really did. I liked the introduction of the leader of Alexandria, who they met was Diane, I believe, not Diane, is Deanna, pretty much. Deanna? Yeah, Deanna. A former congressman, and she's interviewing every single one of Rick's group. Rick himself, and Rick, you know, with his big old beard and stuff, looking like Moses, just like, you want to keep your gates closed, Carl, you know. And then like everyone gets interviewed through the whole episode. Like you see it, you see, of course, the episode keep going, and then you see, you know, harken back to these characters, some of the characters being interviewed. Daryl was pretty funny. He's just like looking around, you know. Daryl being Daryl. I love Daryl. He's staying, you know, rugged. Hasn't even taken a shower yet. He knows this is just too good to be true. He knows that, hey, I need to stick to this, what I've been doing, because I'm strong like that. I'm gonna be weak. Like this whole episode was basically showing the fact that, hey, these people are too comfortable, and you cannot get too comfortable in a zombie apocalypse. Carl was right on the money when he said, this place, I like this place, but it's going to make you weak. And that one little tag team they had, you know, tag, go dad, kill that zombie. You know, the little tag team they were doing, I thought harkens back to, I don't want to say the comics. I don't remember that scene being in the comics, but I did like that. I did like, you know, the tag team going on. But come on, are you serious? Like, those zombies are just, you know, on the arms and everything. Are you sure they're not? I'm surprised nobody has gotten infected or clawed upon. So that's always interesting seeing that happen when, you know, they're just like holding the zombies and they're like stabbing them real quick. It's a little odd that they don't get infected or get scratched at all. But I plead my case. But yeah, just the message that, hey, you know, and then of course, you know, with Glenn and his group, I love that. I love that moment when Glenn was telling Deanne's son, I think it was Adian, his name was Adian. You know, he's the leader of pretty much the scavenger. Like he's the run, you know, gets the supplies. He's the leader. He's the leader that gets the supplies. But we all know Glenn has time and time again helped out this group by getting supplies, doing the dirty work. Glenn is, by all means, a leader as well. He's the one that keeps that group alive. So when, you know, Adian or Deanne's son was basically, you know, trying to get a stupid walker who killed his group, you know, to tie him back up, it's an idiotic move. These are These walkers are going to kill you. These zombies, they are not toys, they're not, you know, symbolism, they're not rituals. You kill them. You do not, you know, hang them. You do not leave them alive. You kill them, unless, you know, they're slow dead zombies that they're never going to catch up to you, or, you know, you just can't waste your time on them. So Glenn doing the right thing, taking out that zombie when it almost got Tara, and then punching the shit out of Adian or Deanne's son, aka Deanne's son. Man, I love that moment. I love that moment so much. And then, of course, Daryl taking down the other bro, the other guy who was with them. Loved it. Loved Glenn. Oh, man, I want Glenn to do more. I want him to do more in the season, because this guy he's been around. He is as much of a leader as Rick or Daryl or, even anybody else in this group. I think Abraham, he told Abraham off. So I really loved that moment when he just socked the shit out of Aiden. I thought that was great. Man, what can I say about Carol in this episode? Carol is, I am so happy they made Carol such a better character in the TV show than the comics. She is so good. She is, when she did her interview with Deanne, it was so, like, she's just playing like, you know, she's, you know, oh, the groups, you know, I'm glad the group kept me alive and stuff and this and that. Absolutely. And then how she was putting away the gun when they told everybody, Rick's group to, you know, give all the guns to them. And then if you want your guns when you're heading out, you know, inside the gate, you may have your guns. But when you're living in this community, there's no guns allowed. I loved how Carol was just like, it's so heavy here. I mean, and she's playing possum. She's playing such a dual role. I mean, she's just faking that. She's just weak. You know, what we thought of Carol in season 1. But man, you know, it's great. Carol's smart knowing that, hey, don't show your true ability. Don't show your true self to these strangers, no matter what. The only people you trust is this group, because this group knows exactly who you are, and what you're capable of. So absolutely love Carol's just growth, just instinct, smartness, whatever you want to call it. She's on the same boat with Daryl. And I love the Daryl and Carol moment as well. You know, when Carol was dressed up saying, I'm going to, you know, help the elderly folk. And Daryl's like, you look ridiculous. You know that? I love their interaction. They always have great interaction. And another interaction I really like is Michonne and Rick's. Man, they're really teasing the Michonne and Rick. You know, everybody wants to see these two hook up. I want to see these two hook up. I think it'll be great for the show. Man, I mean, Michonne, you know, just saying, Rick constantly staying awake because he is paranoid. And then Michonne, that one scene, you know, waking up as well, going up to him. And, you know, they're trying to figure out what job is Deanne going to offer them. And we all, if you read the comics, knew exactly what they were going to do. I mean, I just really liked their moments. I really liked how, you know, Rick shaved and Michonne was all looking at him and it's like, oh, I never seen you like that, you know. And also, I got to say, it's really great to see Rick become a sheriff again, or a peacekeeper, a cop. I just really missed that out of the whole thing. Like, I remember when Rick, you know, was a sheriff, when it all started. Man, though, has he gotten old. He's got old. He got a 5 head. That dude got a 5 head. He's just gotten old, man. It's been a lot of years. So wow, Rick, dude. I don't care if you just got a haircut. You still look very rugged and very zombie-like, which is great because that's exactly what the show needs to showcase, is that these people have been through hell. And then we get introduced to Jesse. And Jesse, it seems like the love interest of Rick's life. I kind of know where that's going. I don't know if they're going to really do it. But overall, I like Jesse, her introduction. She gives Rick the haircut, introduces Carl to Ron, her son. And, you know, I like Carl, you know, trying to get back, you know, there's other kids now in this community, and he's trying to fit in with these other kids. And, you know, he's been on, you know, on the road for so long, killing zombies. He doesn't know how to be a kid anymore. So when they ask him if he wants to play video games, this and that, he's just like, he's hesitant. He just doesn't know what to do with himself. And then, of course, he has that girl. She said her name, but it was so quiet. Didn't even know what she said her name was. But the girl that also just got into the group, you know, he's interested in her, and she jumps the wall. I don't know what that was all about. I think she's definitely somebody not to be trusted, though. And then I think Carl said at the end that, you don't like me, do you? I think that's what he said. I watched it only once, so this is really just a one-time watch for me. Oh, it's always a one-time watch, and then I review it. So I believe he said that. I did. So that's gonna be interesting what the girl plays in all this. As well, what else do we have? I do like Deanne. Deanne seems like a strong, you know, the ex-congressman, the leader of Alexandria. I like her. I think I love her saying how if she wasn't gonna, you know, be elected and stuff, she was gonna be a poker player. Absolutely love that, because I love poker, and she really just nailed on the money what Rick used to be, and like overall who Rick is. she seems to really just trust Rick at this point, and it's gonna be interesting moving forward to see what that whole thing with Sasha was in the preview. And I really do like her. She said she's definitely bringing order through the whole group and stuff. I mean, she's supposed to be another character that was introduced in the comics, but I like the switch. I do like. At first, I wasn't feeling it, but then as the episode went along, I started really liking her character, and she is. She reminds me of my manager from Michaels, honestly. But yeah, she's. I'm all board for Deanne. I can't wait to see how the relationship between her and Rick do, because I think they did play off really well in this episode, off each other. What else did we have? I mean, we had, that's basically about it. I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought the pacing was really great. Maybe there was a couple moments here and there where it kind of lagged a little bit, but like the one scene where Rick was worried that he couldn't find Carl and baby Judith, and then they were with those one couple, and he runs into Jesse. That scene just seemed a little odd, a little, just to throw something at you, just to make something intense and everything. I thought that could have been done away with. But overall, I thought the episode was great. I thought even for a slower episode, I thought the pacing was not too bad. I did not feel bored. I felt interested in everything that was being introduced. All the characters that are being introduced. I wanted to know what this community was like. You saw they have running water, hot water, everything you need, really, like normal civilizations, but it's not. They have these walls to keep these walkers and other people out of their community. It was just overall interesting, and I wanted to see how the characters played around with another community. Like, we had Woodbury, but now we have this other community, and it's always interesting to see this group of people interact with something there's something they're just not really used to. And the ending of Rick saying basically, if these people can't handle it, I'll take it over. I thought that was a bold statement. It really did seem like Rick is kind of an asshole and kind of the bad guy. Like, this guy has metamorphed like any means necessary. He's becoming he's kind of becoming the governor, if you think about it. So I don't think he really means it. I think he's just saying it to ease the group. But I mean, that's a bold statement. That's a very bold statement. So I can't wait to see what else we have in store. I can't wait to see how they're going to play Daryl with all this. And Noah and some of the characters that in a TV show, not necessarily in a comic book, because they are following somewhat of the comic book storyline. Absolutely love, though, this just the introduction of Alexandria. It's time. I'm glad we're in this time of the comic book, basically. Whatever. I just like where we're at right now, and I just want to see it just keep moving forward. Maybe more. Can't wait to see what the conflict's going to be all about. I can't wait to see when they're going to introduce this particular villain, because Rick, the actor Andrew Lincoln, said that he will some point be introduced. So I can't wait to see that happen. And overall, great episode. I really enjoyed it. So thank you guys for listening. Subscribe, like. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you think it was boring? And overall, do you like the new characters that are being introduced? And what do you think about the community? I mean, what are your thoughts on this whole pretty much venture of now with Alexandria? So thank you guys for listening. And till another weekend of Dead Walking Sunday, another episode of The Walking Dead. I'm out.